Here we are on the beautiful Michigan State campus in East Lansing. That is right, we are in Spartan territory. Did you know, in the back corner of an office here at the University Planetarium is probably the most unpopular and unusual collection you will ever find. A collection started by this man right here, John French, and he's going to take us to this collection.
Let me show it to you.
Check it out.
Well, right over here is the Moist Towelette Museum.
Moist Towelettes. In all its glory.
Yeah, it's not real big, but it's a big collection. We have a lot of moist towelettes.
A lot is a bit of an understatement. What you're looking at is a not-so-modest collection of more than 1,000 moist towelettes.
I have so many questions I want to ask you, but none more important than this one. Why does this even exist, John?
I started collecting moist towelettes 30 years ago. People seemed to be very interested in my moist towelette collection, and so it evolved into the Moist Towelette Museum.
These moist towelettes didn't wet wipe their way onto the scene until John worked at a Pittsburgh planetarium.
I searched on the internet, found out that there wasn't any moist towelette collections.
Aha! So the moist towelette market was a dry one. In the late 90s, John moved to a planetarium in Texas, and it was time to make the moist out of this opportunity.
Moved the Mars exhibit out, put the moist towelettes in there, made this little sign that says Moist Towelette Museum. But then I noticed visitors to the planetarium were spending a lot more time looking at the moist towelette collection than they ever did our Mars exhibit. It's like, I'm onto something here.
What started as a joke has been a squeaky clean success. He eventually moved to Michigan, but kept the museum going and growing.
Most of them people have given to me, and once they know that I collect moist towelettes, they start giving me moist towelettes, and I get them from people that I know, and I also get a lot of them from people that I don't know, just people that heard a story like this and say, hey, I have some moist towelettes that are unique, I'll send them in.
By now, John has individually wrapped up the entire world onto 2 bookshelves in his office corner.
We've got towelettes from all over the place. Like here's one from Air Tahiti. We've got Hard Rock Cafe from both Kuala Lumpur and Beijing.
And believe it or not, there is a bit of organization to this collection.
Down here we have a lot of the restaurants, McDonald's, Famous Days, KFC. But then we have the medical wipes over here, like the Polident wipes, antiseptic wipes.
But when it comes to the rest of his office, maybe not so much.
And I think it's funny because you have these moist towelettes. I expected, oh, this guy's going to be a super clean freak. Maybe not the case, but that's probably why you have all these moist towelettes.
Yeah, well,
to compensate.
I'm not a real neat freak. Thing is, I collect them. I don't necessarily use them. Maybe I should start using them.
John doesn't remember his first wipe, but he does have a few favorites.
We've got some interesting, like the oldest one that I have is a wash-up towelette. It has the date 1963 on the back of it. It's almost as old as I am. Another fun one I like is the Radica Wash for wiping away radioactive contamination. I'm glad this is not a used one. But it also says, an ideal companion around the house. So if you're just hanging around the house watching Netflix or something, you can hang out with your moist towelette companion.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of friends here then.
Yeah.
This collection has people coming from all over the country.
There's someone from Connecticut, from Massachusetts, New York, Minnesota.
And has been recognized all over the world.
And I happened to pick up the New Zealand Herald, and flipping through it found this article that says 4 strange American museums. Number 1, Moist Towelette Museum, East Lansing, Michigan.
Not only are you on the list, but you're at the top of the list.
Number 1.
Number 1, baby.
Yeah, so I'm proud of that.
John understands this is completely quirky, but he embraces it.
When people come here, and I'm sure they tell you this is something a little weird, is that something you like to hear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I understand it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm very weird, so I'm good with that.
But that's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
A little weird is good.
John says his door is always open during the week. If he's in his office, the museum is ready for visitors. But it's not the only collection you can find at the planetarium.
There's only 11 meteorites that have ever been found in Michigan, and right here is a piece of every one of them.
Every single one.
Most of these meteorites are hundreds, even thousands of years old, but not all of them.
Other ones were witnessed falling, like the one that is known as the Hamburg meteorite landed in Livingston County in 2018.
Of those 11 meteorites, 3 were found here in West Michigan, in Kent, Allegan, and most notably, Montcalm County.
It was used as a doorstop in a barn for many years, and then the owner of it got looking at it one day and said, maybe that's a meteorite. I should go have it checked out. And they brought it here, and our experts here looked at it and determined that it was a meteorite.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good doorstop to me.
Yeah, well, it says it was 22.53 pounds.
John has a huge love for everything space related. I mean, after all, he is the planetarium production coordinator. But at the end of the day,
What do you think you are more passionate about? The meteorite collection as a member of the planetarium, or the Moist Towelette Museum as the creator?
Well, you know, I mean, that's something that is really not too difficult of a choice. I'm much more excited about moist towelettes
Okay.
than meteorites.
and nothing makes John more excited than seeing the reaction from his visitors.
It's almost always a smile, and that's
Yeah.
what I really want. I want people to have a smile on their face. So.
Of course, a visit to the museum wouldn't be complete without signing the registry and writing down what I collect.
Dad jokes.
Let me hear one.
It's a mental collection. I actually have one that's perfect for the planetarium.
All right.
Have you ever heard about the restaurant on the moon?
No, I haven't.
They have great food. There's just no atmosphere.
Wah, wah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah. Well, John, thank you. This has been incredible seeing your Corky collection. I love Corky, so it's right up my alley. I'm hoping that you can help me out adding something to my collection here by taking a little Fox 17 unfiltered selfie. You ready?
Yeah, glad to do it.
All right. 3, 2,